Hello and welcome to today's math lesson. So first of all, guys, can we all turn to wave and say a big hello to our friends on camera? Hello. Hello. And we'll begin by doing our meditation sequence. So I will sit down, take 2 fingers, find our heart center, left hand on our laps, and close our eyes. When you're ready, guys, you can open your eyes and come back to the room. And next we'll do our stretch sequence. So let's stand up and push in our chairs. And we can begin by stretching up high to the sky. High as we can. And then let's go down low, touch our toes. Up high one more time. And this time, can we go tippy toe high? And while we're there, let's have a wave. And then back down to touch our toes. Now hands on hips. Let's have a wiggle side to side. Stop. And now another wiggle. Stop. Forwards, backwards, forwards, backwards, forwards, backwards, and stop. And now let's have a shake, guys. Arms and legs, let's shake it out. And then to finish, we can do 5 claps. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Excellent, guys. Have a seat. So who can tell me what we've been learning about in math class recently? What type of problems? Division problems, exactly. So let's first of all write the division sign on the board. And as we know by now, the division sign looks like this. But who can remember what type of division problems have we been doing? How have we been working them out? Long division. Yes, we've been using long division. L, O, N, G. Long. And then division. D, I, V, I, S, I, O, N. So all together, guys, long division. Yes. And when we work out using long division, there are 4 important steps that we need to follow. Who can remember the first step? What letter? Who remembers letter M? Yes. What comes before M? D. Remember, D for divide. D, and then M, S, and B. Excellent, guys. Our 4 steps. D, M, S, B. And what does divide stand for? Divide. I, V, I, D, E. And M stands for multiply. M, U, L, T, I, P, L, Y. Subtract. S, U, B, T, R, A, C, T. And finally, we bring down. I-N-G. Excellent, guys. So all together, divide, multiply, subtract, bring down. And remember, if you're struggling to remember the 4 steps of long division, think about your family. And we can remember the 4 steps. Dad, divide. Mom, multiply. Sister, subtract. Brother, bring down. And they're the 4 steps that we use for long division. So excellent, guys. Well remembered. And recently, we've been doing long division problem involving 2 digits. And in the previous lesson, we did long division problems involving 2 digits with remainders. So what we're going to do now is a recap exercise for some of our students to remember and demonstrate how to answer these problems. So first of all, we need a problem on the board. So let's have $534 divided by 25. So you can see here we have a 2-digit division problem. We've got to divide this 3-digit number by a 2-digit divisor. And what I'm going to do now is choose a student to come forward and demonstrate how we can answer this division problem. So let's close our eyes, guys. Let's see who can go first. Okay, and the pen is now with Prel. So I would like to invite Prel to come forward to the front of class. So now Prel will demonstrate how to correctly answer this division problem involving long division with remainders. So step number 1, always, guys, organize. We need our division table. So Prel will draw it, and the large number goes inside, 534. And then put the divisor outside, 25. Now remember, guys, because we're dividing by 2 digits, the first digit will never be large enough. So we can always write 0 above the first digit. And then what we need to do is we need to look at the 2 digits together. So 53 divided by 25. How many times will 25 fit into 53? And the answer is 2. Okay, so there's step 1. Divide is done. Next we multiply. 2 times 25 equals 50. That's step 2 done. And now subtract. 53. Yes. Okay, what's next? Bring down. So now we bring down the 4. And what we're looking at doing now is not just 4, but 34. Now we have to think, how many times does 25 fit into 34? It fits in once, so we can write our answer 1. Then we just follow the steps again. Next we multiply 1 times 25. Next we subtract. So 34 minus 25 equals 9. Okay, and now we bring down again. But hang on, there's no more numbers to bring down. But we're not at 0. What does that mean we have to do with our 9 digits? Remainders. You see, any numbers left over at the end of the calculation isn't a big problem. We just need to group them as remainders. And as Prel has expertly demonstrated, we draw the initial R and the number of remainders. So the answer, 21, remainder 9. So we can say 534 divided by 25 equals 21 remainder 9. Prel, that was brilliant. High five and a big round of applause for Prel, please, guys. So you can see, that's how we do long division of 2-digit divisors involving remainders. And we'll do one more together so that our students can remember exactly. But first, we need a clean board. And now, let's think about a larger number. How about 963 divided by, how about 30? Yes, let's go with that. 963 divided by 30. So now, let's see who can correctly answer this division problem. Okay, the pen is now with Pangpon. Pangpon will correctly demonstrate how to answer this division problem. So what's the problem, guys? 963 divided by 30. So the first thing to do, as always, organize. Pangpon will do the division table. So outside, he's drawn 30, and then the table, and inside the large number, 963. Okay, so remember, guys, first digit, never big enough with a 2-digit divisor. So what goes above our first digit? 0. Excellent, Pangpon. So now we need to ask ourselves, 96. How many times will 30 go into 96? 3. The answer is 3. So therefore, we can write 3 here, Pangpon. Perfect. Next step, multiply. 30 times 3 equals 90. Then our next step, subtract. 96 minus 90 equals 6. Then it's time to bring down. So we bring down the 3. Now we're not just working with 3, we're working with 63. So the next step, we go back to the start. 63 divided by 30 equals 2. So there we go. We can write our answer at the top, 2. And then, next step, 2 times 30 equals 60. So we can write 60. Okay, so now 63 minus 60 equals 3. Okay, so now we're ready to bring down again. But is there anything to bring down? No. Are we at zeros? Not yet. So what do we have to do with the 3? 3 is our remainders. So we can write R 3. And we have our answer. 32, remainder 3. So we can answer 963 And 63 divided by 30 equals 32, remainder 3. Pang Pong, that was excellent. High five and a big round of applause for Pang Pong, please, guys. So that was a recap of our previous lesson. Two-digit divisors involving long division and remainders. And in today's lesson, we're going to move on. We're going to stay with division, but what we're going to learn to answer today are division word problems. So first of all, I'm going to demonstrate a division word problem on the board and have our class answering together. But first of all, we need a clean board. So guys, what we're going to do now is we're going to answer and work out a division word problem together. So first of all, there are 575 sweets in a box. There are 25 children in the class. So now for the question, how many sweets, W-E-E-T-S, does D-O-E-S each child receive? Okay, so now let's read it all together one more time. There are 575 sweets in a box. There are 25 children in the class. How many sweets does each child receive? Okay, so this is our division word problem. And important with all word problems, the first thing we need to do is we need to identify what numbers we need to use. So the first number we have, 575. Divided by 25. Okay. So now we know our problem, we can answer it together using the steps that we've already learned. So first of all, we need our table. 575 divided by 25. Okay, so we know two-digit divisor, the first digit is never big enough, so 0. But how about 57? How many times will 25 fit into 57, guys? 2 times. 2 times 25 is 50. So we know it will fit in twice. Equals 50. Then minus 57 minus 50 equals 7. Bring down 75. So now we don't ask ourselves just about 5, 75. How many times will 25 fit into 75? 3. And if you want to know how, we can just go 25 3 times 5, 10, 15. So write the 5, carry the 1, 2, 4, 6, 7. So we know 75 divided by 25 equals 3. So what's our answer, guys? 23. So we can say each child will receive 23 sweets. And this is how we correctly read, organize, and answer division word problems. And guys, that was brilliant. Very well done. And what we've got now is a PowerPoint presentation for our students to answer and work out the division word problems. So what we're going to ask our students to do now is get a piece of paper and a pencil. And when we go through the PowerPoint exercise, we'll work out the problems together using the long division process that we've already learned. So pencils and papers, guys, and then let's turn to look at the TV screen. So now let's take a look at our PowerPoint presentation, division word problems. Lesson 1. So let's take a look at some division word problems. And remember, we'll work them out together. A factory produces 416 televisions in 13 days. So our question is, how many televisions does the factory produce in one day? So if we read our division word problem correctly, we know that we have to take 416 and divide it by how many? 13. Yes. So our division problem will look like this, guys. 416 divided by 13. So the first thing we need to do, as always, is organize using our table. And we know that the first digit 4 is too small. So we write 0 above the 4. But how about 41? How many times does 13 go into 41? 3 times. So now we can write 3 as the answer in our second column. And then following the steps of long division, 3 times 13.
3 times 13 equals 39.
Excellent. And then what's our next step of long division? Subtract. So 41 minus 39 equals 2. And now we're ready for the next step, which is bring down. What number do we bring down? 6. So now we're not just looking at 6, we're looking at 26. So now let's ask ourselves, how many times does 13 go into 26? 2. Okay, time to bring down again. Equals 0. Any more numbers to bring down?
No.
So, do we have any remainders? No. Therefore, we have our answer. 416 divided by 13 equals 32. You see? That's our answer. So now we can answer our word problem correctly. A factory produces 416 televisions in 13 days. How many televisions does the factory produce in one day? And now we can say our answer. Ready, guys? The factory produces 32 televisions in one day. And that's how to correctly answer a division word problem. We take the total number of televisions, 416, divide them by the number of days, 13, so we can work out that there are 32 televisions produced in one day. Excellent. Shall we do one more together? Okay, let's do one more. There are 550 sweets to be divided between 22 children. So the question is, how many sweets will each child receive? So this is very similar to the one we did as a demonstration on the board. So let's identify our numbers to work out. 550 divided by 22. So first thing to do, organize our table. 550 on the inside and 22 on the outside. Now with a two-digit divisor, we know the first digit is always too small. So let's write 0. But then our question is 55 divided by 22 equals 2. Well done. 22 will go in twice. So we can write our answer on top. Then the next step of long division, 2 times 22 equals 44. Well done. And then our next step of long division, subtract. 55 minus 44 equals 11. But now, what do we need to do? Bring down the 0. So it's not just 0 anymore, it's 110. So now we have to find out 110 divided by 22 equals 5. Excellent, guys. Well done, well worked out. So we can write our answer at the top, 5. Then 5 times 22 equals 110. And what's our next step? Subtract, yes. 110 equals 0. So we're happy we're at 0. Any more numbers to bring down? No. So we have our answer. 25. Yes, we can say 550 divided by 22 equals 25. So for our division word problem, there are 550 sweets to be divided between 22 children. How many sweets will each child receive? And now we have our answer. We can say each child will receive 25 sweets. Because what we've done, we took the total number of sweets, 550, and divided them between the number of children, 22. And by doing that, we've worked out our answer, 25. And this is how we answer division word problems. Any questions, guys? No, that was brilliant. Very well worked out. Welcome back to class. We hope your students enjoyed the PowerPoint presentation about division word problems and how we can correctly read the word problem identify the numbers for the solution, and then work them out using the long division steps that we've been doing previously. And coming up, we've got a worksheet exercise for our students to practice further. But first of all, guys, time for our stretch sequence. So let's stand up and push in our chairs. And we'll begin this stretch sequence by doing some rotations. Left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right. Excellent, guys. Now we'll do some stretches. Let's do 5 to our right. 2, 3, 4, 5. Excellent. And next we'll do 5 stretches to our left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well done, guys. Now let's shake it out. Arms and legs, shake it out. Next, we'll take our right hand and we'll find our left foot. Then we'll take our left hand and find our right foot. Right hand, left foot. Left hand, right foot. Right hand, left foot. Left hand, right foot. Final couple now. Right hand, left foot. Left hand, right foot. And to finish, guys, we will do 5 star jumps. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Excellent, guys. Have a seat. And now it's time for our worksheet part of the lesson. So teachers, make sure each of the students in your class get their own worksheet. Because what they're going to do now is that they're going to have an attempt at answering these division word problems correctly by themselves. So what we need to remember, guys, first read the word problem carefully, identify the numbers to calculate, and then do the long division problem as we've been doing always in the space provided. But what's the first thing to do? Write our names on top, yes. And there are 3 different word problems. So give our students around 15 minutes for this exercise so that they can carefully read them, organize into a division word problem, and then answer them too. So here we go. Lakdao, this one's for you. Bangpon, here's yours. You're welcome. Down, here's yours. You're welcome. Chu, for you. You're welcome. Nadia, here's yours. Pat, for you. You're welcome. And Pakbung, for you. So names on top first, guys, and then have a careful read of your word problems. Identify the numbers to calculate, and then just answer them using long division like we've been doing all the time. So let's do the first one together. There are 832 pencils on a table. And there are 16 empty boxes for them to be put in. How many pencils will go into each box? Okay, so we've carefully read the division word problems. Now, if you look on the board, guys, you'll see the numbers we need to use for the calculation. 832 divided by 16. So what we need to do is organize like we always do. So 832 divided by 16. So we know with a 2-digit divisor, the first digit is too small, 0. But then we have to think 83 divided by 16. How many times will 16 go into 83? Will it go in 5 or 4? Let's see. 16, 32, 48, and then what comes next? What's another 16? 64. 80. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well done. It goes in 5 times. And then multiply 5 times 16 equals 80. And our next step is to subtract. 83 minus 80 equals 3. Now what do we do? Step 4, we need to bring down. We bring down a 2, that makes 32. So next we ask, 32 divided by 16 equals 2. So let's write our answer. And then 2 times 16 equals 32. 32 minus 32 equals 0. Anything else to bring down? So we have our answer. 52. 52 pencils will go into each box. And that's how we do our division word problems. Excellent, Macdown. So remember, guys, careful reading of our word problems, identify the numbers, and then just work them out as we always do. And if you need any further help, let me know. Sometimes, because they're large numbers, it helps if we have to do addition first to make sure we're correct, and even multiplication. By doing other sums, it can help with our division answers. Welcome back to class. We hope your students enjoyed the worksheet exercise where they had to correctly read, calculate, and answer their own division word problems. And what they should have been able to do by correctly reading each word problem is identify the numbers and work them out using the long division process that we've been doing already. And my students here all did an excellent job, so well done, guys. And that's all we've got time for today, so we hope you've enjoyed the lesson and found it interesting. And in our next lesson, we'll have a look at division word problems involving remainders. But for now, can we all turn to wave and say goodbye, guys? Bye-bye. See you again soon.